Hell yeah.
Fucking El Grande Americano song.
Grande Americana.
El
I don't
fucking
even know
Grande
what
Americano,
I am
yes.
even
so
know what
done
order
with
we were
this
doing today.
podcast.
Hey, you know what? It's a good time to celebrate.
I
I'll
like
tell
it,
you.
but
We
I'll
weren't
tell you
live
why
for
later.
it, but happy belated Cinco de Porto to everybody.
Yes.
All you fine chaps and chapettes out there.
I wonder how many Cinco de Mayo parties got fucking raided. Oh my god, we're starting this fucking podcast off right. Yes. Racism. Right
Well,
in
we
the
started
fucking...
a little late today, and I have to go to work later, so we might as well start it off as racy as we can.
On a good note. I love it. Give me 1 second here. Make sure I'm saying it. Alright. So, I'm glad that we're on the subject of racism. Good opening.
okay, all right.
Good opening. Because, we had a new song drop this morning. Did y'all hear it?
No, I have
Have
not
you all
heard
heard
the
the
song
new-
yet. I heard you guys talking about it, but I have not taken the time to listen to the song yet.
You not heard the new Kanye?
No, I'm not.
The
I've
new
never
Yeet?
really been never really been much of a Kanye listener.
No, it's fucked up. I can't even tell you the name of the fucking song. No, I mean for real, I'll get banned. I actually can't say it.
Well,
I
might as well
wish I
play it
had an
then.
Andy. I wish I had an Andy around to fucking help me with that. But I don't. So yeah, you know what? You're right. We should just fucking play it, right? So if we get banned in the first minute, I blame Kanye and Sneeko. I blame Kanye and Sneeko.
For a second, I thought you were gonna say me. I was for sure you were gonna say me.
No, unfortunately. Okay,
Blame the weights.
I apologize for everything that you might hear. "9 a.m. by the way. This released at like 9 fucking a.m. this morning. Some people woke up to this shit.
Man, these people took my kids from me, then they froze my bank account. I got so much anger in me, got no way to take it out. Think I'm stuck in a matrix, when I fuck's my nitrous. Yes, I am a cuck, I like when people fuck on my bitch. The shit that I'm posting on Twitter, they telling me, hey, don't say that. How niggas can't see me in public, I'm driving an all-grown Maybach. With all of the money and fame, I still can't get my kids back. With all of the money and fame, I still don't get to see my children. Niggas see my Twitter, but they don't see how I be feeling. So I became a Nazi, yeah, bitch, I'm the villain. They don't understand the things I say on Twitter.
Like, copyright.
No, it's alright. Bro, I promise you in the in like a million, with all of my fucking knowledge of music, this song is not fucking copyrighted. This particular one. No, it's not. I promise you it's not. 9 a.m. This released at 9 a.m.
Put the chrome on the bench. She reaching down in my pants. She got the world in her hands.
All my neighbors Nazis. It looks so fucking ridiculous, I swear to God. Antonio Brown 100% directed this. My guy, that was a 2025 Kanye song released on X at 9 a.m. on a fucking Thursday.
It's part of his
Entitled-
upcoming album too.
Entitled Neighbor Heil Hitler. I'm going with that. That's not the real title. With Chris Brown auto-tune. What the fuck is going on, bro? That's what what the fuck is going on?
So the title of the song is just Heil Hitler.
No, it is not. There is a word before all of that I am we are not allowed to say.
That's the lyrics.
No, that's the song.
I'm looking it up. It's just called Heil Hitler.
Oh, well then maybe Spotify. Where are you looking it up at?
Online?
Okay. To be debated. We gotta wait for it to release on an album. It could be that just nobody wanted to put. Listen, bro. All I'm saying is this fucked up. That we had to wake up at 9 fucking a.m. with Kanye West and like 12, 13 other black people in a dark room with caveman suits on, screaming Heil Hitler at a camera, probably held by Antonio Brown. Oh, the Pope's back. He had to leave because of all the Nazism. I understand.
Yeah, it was too much.
I don't know. It sounded like quite a banger to me, honestly.
We're gonna talk about Master Race.
So, the whole thing is actually very ironic. And I don't think people understand the irony behind this. At this point, I'm pretty sure it's just a ploy by Kanye. And it's not just him being crazy.
No, I think the man's crazy.
No, I'm not saying he isn't crazy. I'm saying this.
I've thought that since he was calling himself God.
Right.
Go ahead. My bad.
I'm not saying he's not crazy. I'm saying this isn't just him being crazy.
So what do you think the message is supposed to be?
Did you listen to the lyrics?
Okay, but listen, man. Most of the lyrics were Heil Hitler. I know that there was like other things to do with banks and shit, but I need you to understand that 75 to 80% of the song was just Heil Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, there was other that whatever, man. Listen. It's fucked up. Oh, and by the way, that wasn't the only bit of Kanye we got today. I'm gonna 1 point, or I'm gonna 2.5 this, but this is fucking hilarious. We're not finishing the whole video. I don't give a fuck about Sneeko, but it is fucking hilarious. Hold on, let me present it. Wah. Yeah. Look at our buddy Pierce fucking Morgan. Hold on, let me get it up there. Yeah.
Yay West on census country made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts, most outrageous.
I promise you, this is the most hilarious shit I've
It
seen
was a heated interview, a long interview.
for
I told him
Kanye.
I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain, and he gave me some back, of course.
Well, not the most hilarious.
Fair
Top
enough.
5.
Take it. At least we have a mostly grown-up
Top
conversation.
5. I
These
forgot this
concepts are
dude brought out
outrageous against Jewish people.
a chick that fucking
You haven't felt my pain.
was basically
You
naked.
don't hold You don't hold accountability to my pain. You're being a Karen.
Hold on,
Do you
wait,
believe
wait.
that you have any form of mental illness?
Let's
and
get
went
to
in here
the
in London.
there we
More
go.
importantly,
Let's get to the good stuff.
And said wanted to do it today. So it seemed to me then it might all just be a stunt. But I went ahead and said, okay, I'm going to go today. Ye told Sneeko not to be offended if he stormed off very shortly before today's interview started. You can judge for yourself how it went and whether Ye has any respect or, frankly, any marbles. I'm going to shrink. But if you're so delusional or fragile you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about your publicly stated love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me. What followed, frankly, was a farce.
I'm getting you multi-track right now. About to step in this interview, but I can hop back on it about whenever it's done. That nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I
With
put
all
out.
due
There's so
respect,
many-
Ye, what are you talking about?
By the way, that was a great unit of time measurement. That was very, like, I don't know how cool that was. Like, I'll get to this whenever, or like at about whenever this interview's done. Like, that's funny. That is a great time period.
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people. It's
What's
not what I
entertaining?
expected, but that was funny.
Double Pope.
Ye West is rarely
Double pep, double pope!
The headlines are
Double
incredibly
pope!
positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed on a recent live stream with his friend Sneeko, and both Sneeko and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation, and since then, a lot has happened in your life, and so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this. How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah. Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is. Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes, you seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use
No,
of...
but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to put it, being attacked by the banks, and to still be here with this view is, you know, that's the win. So I think that's, I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going
And who runs the banks? Who's behind the banks? Who runs those banks?
Who
Huh?
owns the banks, Kanye?
Who runs those banks, Kanye?
But it's still ironic because Nazis would also hate Kanye.
Say again?
It's
Sorry.
ironic though because Nazis would also hate Kanye.
I know. It's awesome.
18 million followers. So you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait, now look right now. You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers?
Yeah. You gotta admit, that's a bar, bro. Like, he is
Bro,
right.
I've never heard
Hold
anybody
on.
say that, and
Real
like
quick
I
law update.
immediately understand what he means.
Really quick law update, guys. In Minnesota, the Supreme Court ruled that topless women is not guilty of indecent exposure.
America!
Fuck yeah!
A new precedent has been set. To Minnesota
winning.
boys.
Still winning. But yeah, okay, so what a bar. Anyway.
Hey,
Yeah.
that song is all
How many is it?
bars.
I think you can do this. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no, I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told
they
it's
do what they
33 million now, so congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No. No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act
He got it wrong by one. Just to let you know, in case you were counting.
like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the
What are
art
you,
that I put
with all
out.
due
There's so
respect,
many-
yeah, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's 30. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or
I'm
responsibility.
literally, you
and,
said
you know,
you implied I haven't played your
rewind.
music. Of course I played your music.
I need a. No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneeko?
That's it for you. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not aware he was going to leave like this, but it seems like he's upset about the...
So it's all just a game, is it? Is that the idea?
I mean, what is this video game, isn't it?
I just wonder what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
No, I
He's
get.
supposed to do an interview, but I think not a Twitter follow, something like that. It's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that. Hopefully we can do it. I think that this is good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on, you know what you were doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, you know, over his skin. Maybe.
Oh
my.
Yo, Kanye straight up Cartman. He's Cartman. He's straight up Cartman for South Park.
You gotta admit, maybe he really is a genius because holy shit, dude, Pierce is sitting there thinking he's getting an interview with Kanye West, and now he's stuck in a Sneeko interview. Oh shit!
It could have been about past interviews because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
Yeah, we called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around.
Hey, a million's a lot of
and you
people,
seem to find that
Pierce.
very
Jesus.
entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and they wasted their time, and then you got us all back now, and you wasted our time again, and you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
Well, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday, too. My time is important as well. Regardless if it was wasted. We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people.
What's entertaining?
That was funny. That's undeniably walking off right at the beginning of the interview was funny.
Yeah. Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing.
Yeah, we're writing the remaster to Mein Kampf.
And
I bet you Sneeko is the one that shot the video.
I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
And if not, he definitely edited it.
Also, let me ask you the questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going
all
to
over
answer the
social
questions on his
media?
behalf.
Well, you
I can't
he's not
answer
there.
the questions on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that?
He's not there. He's literally dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that? Out of interest.
I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision.
I'm asking you why you are happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X. And here you are the days
Based.
saw doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X, and in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it with impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to
Hey, this is fucking uncensored, Pierce. Jesus.
directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. These are good questions. I think I just answered half.
We haven't answered the question, have we?
But, I mean, I did. You said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films and I'm recording behind the scenes and I'm streaming and I'm editing and helping fulfill
Have you been helping him with the track Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number.
You're a fucking liar. You know you shot that video. You know you did it.
Always correct.
When have you really seen Sneeko even holding a camera? Let me, come on now.
I mean, you gotta think. IRL streamer, he's probably got some knowledge.
He was probably behind the scenes. He was probably behind the scenes for it. I don't doubt that. But when have you seen Sneeko hold a camera?
He definitely I've never seen Sneeko hold a camera. He definitely though has video editing experience. He's one of the better ones in the scene too.
Does he?
So if he did, yeah. And if he didn't shoot it, definitely edited it. Sneeko was involved with the Heil Hitler, all right? This doesn't come at random. What the fuck else is he doing with Sneeko there? Come on. Looking like, by the way, this is the best dressed I've ever seen Sneeko.
That's true.
Like I'm actually very jealous of this fit right now.
Is that what you say?
Well, if you know everything else that he's tweeting, you should have got that right. As
Oh,
well.
don't be so pathetic, Sneeko. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneeko. And I'm just curious how you, Sneeko, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked
now
that question
with
a few
somebody
times,
who
and I
seems
mean, I
to
can answer the
worship
same thing.
Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God. There's a
No, he
it's
worships
pathetic
Adolf
that I'm
Hitler.
here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is
Adolf Hitler.
that you were essentially working for Israel until a couple months ago and
Really?
voting
When was I
against
working for
a
Israel?
genocide and not pushing back.
When was I working for Israel?
If it's pathetic to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist.
Well, he certainly was.
Your point
He
is
certainly was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastika
I'm pretty sure he
slogans
says he loves
to sell
everyone.
his
I'm not gonna
merchandise,
speak
and has
for
a
him,
new
but-
record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently
The
see
song is
him
not. I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question is
artists.
incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
Everything
him.
you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry?
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one. And two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves
Really?
everybody.
But
This
so when
could
he,
be-
so when he
yeah,
said,
well,
let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you, or watch them as close as you can with the Jews. Are you comfortable with that, Sneeko?
I think I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't
You
whip
think it's funny,
anybody.
do you? Whipping
don't
Jews?
slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think
I
that's
think
funny?
the context of that is funny, yeah. I
What's
think
the
also to
humour?
remove any sense of
I'm
humor
missing
from
the
that is
humour. What's the
ridiculous.
humour?
It's, I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke.
Stuck in a Sneeko interview, dude. Holy
Whipped in the
fuck.
air.
Yeah, he really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing
Well, what
that he's
choice do we
the
have? You
greatest
set
living
this
artist
thing,
right now,
you set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left, so you're going to have to be accountable for him, unless you want to walk away too.
accountable, what do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up, walk away like a little
Well,
sniveling
you can ask
coward
questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what? Here's
answer
my
those.
question
But
for you.
just
Why
when
is
it
your
comes to
mate?
Ye,
Why is your mate Ye?
is the whole thing going to be interrupting, or
Why is your mate
this whole
Ye?
thing just
Why,
going to be
look,
interrupting? Do you want me to speak
look,
at all?
you're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like he's an annoying little younger brother we never knew about.
You don't understand. You don't understand the compliment this man just got. You're Andrew Tate Light. Sneeko's whole career has been trying to be Andrew Tate Light. Like, good job,
Yep.
Pierce.
Okay, you set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be
But given
Netanyahu
that
Light on TV,
but given you want to make,
if you want to be Dave
you think
Portnoy
it's
with a
funny,
suit,
it's fine.
then sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks and invite someone on your show, I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer.
So
those.
here's
If you
my
want to
question.
do
Why
an
did
insult,
you?
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Ye stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having
you
me.
set up
If
the
you'd like to
interview
talk
with
one
him?
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
thank
tell him
you.
from me he's a sniveling little coward and he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneeko. Everyone can see you for what you are.
So I do have to say,
People are not
Piers
saying
made
it's fine.
himself
It's me.
look like a complete retard in this one. Like, going straight to insulting and everything like that. Like, oh my god.
Why did we
Like-
let Sneeko get a W on Pierce Morgan Uncensored? Why was that allowed to happen?
Because Piers just played into his emotions so quickly. He gave into his emotions and got angry.
Also, if that was a troll, goddamn, that was a good one. Like, you have to think, maybe it is, he's genius. Like, because that's a dick move. Like, you're going to book for a Kanye West interview after, like, right before I drop a song called Hi Hitler. But I'm going to leave you 15 seconds into their interview with fucking Sneeko. Like, that's like the worst person to be stuck in a fucking unsolicited interview. Like, I wasn't. Why the fuck are you here? Why am I talking to you now? God, that was awesome. That was awesome. All right, we had gotten the cancer out the way. Y'all want some good news? We had some history happen today. Do you want to take a crack at what that was? Yes, no, maybe so. Okay, fine. Fuck, I will let you know. It is now official. This is canonical law. We have the first American Pope. He is from Chicago. Spent a whole bunch of time in Peru and
Oh, the
Italy.
new Pope, Pope Leo.
Yep. Pope Leo the 14th, formerly known as Robert Prevost, or Prevost, or however the fuck you pronounce that.
Yeah.
He is. We got the first American Pope before we got Grand Theft Auto 6.
You know what else is pretty historic about him? His quote on how he said that gender ideology is just confusing.
Nice. Oh, wait. Before we get to the... We also got a Pope from Chicago before we got a quarterback in Chicago to throw for over 4,000 yards. Just saying.
Is he the Caleb Williams of Popes?
Huh?
He the Caleb Williams of Popes?
Well, maybe. If things trend, maybe, but I think the Pope would have a problem with Caleb Williams, to be honest.
I also agree with that statement.
But do you all know what this truly means? Do you know what it really, really, really means? It means now.
Yep, I got it. Yep. Is it the hot dog, the glizzies? Is the glizzies or the glizzies no safe?
Listen, it is now for sure official. Cardinal sin to put ketchup on a hot dog. Right? That is a Vatican law now. You will be a blasphemous heathen looked down upon by God if you put ketchup on a hot dog. And you better start making your pizzas resemble lasagna, because New York has lost the pizza debate now. It's over. Chicago wins. That's it. No, none of this. It's over.
Bullshit.
Chicago deep dishes reigns supreme, because that's how God intended pizza.
No.
Fuck you guys in New York.
Chicago
fuck.
deep dish is the way, though.
I'll have to
It is,
send you
dude.
guys this to look over as well, but this is actually a compelling argument for a reason to possibly believe in religion.
You're gonna send it to us? Where you at?
Hold on, I'm gonna send it.
Alright, well,
the,
while you send it,
in the
while you're
chat.
sending it, I'm gonna do.
I'm going to have the Monsignor explain what we're going to hear right now. A new pontiff about to be announced.
We are going to see Cardinal Momberti, a French cardinal, come out and say to us, I announce to you some great news, good news. It is famous couple.
He looks very popish.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Annuncio vobis gaudium magnum. Habemus papam. Eminentissimum, ac reverendissimum Dominum. Dominum Robertum Franciscum, Sancte Romane Ecclesiae, Cardinalem Prevost.
It's like they won the Super
nomen
Bowl.
imposuit Leonem
I mean-
quartum.
We kind of did.
I mean, look, when it comes to
We
religion,
won
the Pope is a
the
big deal.
God Super Bowl.
This is an American Monsignor.
Again, a great surprise. An American, the prefect of the Congregation of Bishops, who born in Chicago, an Augustinian from a religious
Rocky.
order, moved to Peru as a missionary, and an amazing surprise for the church and the world.
A moderate.
Stunning moment, because of course it used to be said for 2 centuries that the idea of an American Pope was unthinkable, and here we have an American successor appear.
I'm absolutely stunned. Never thought.
I did that. I called the popes. I called all the popes, and they said, yes, we need an America first. God loves America, and we need an American Pope.
Although he was a missionary, he spent a lot of time in Peru. This will be a continuation of the pastoral approach of Pope Francis, correct? Absolutely. I mean, we will see what he brings to it. But first of all, I can't believe we have an American Pope. That is just amazing.
The
Because
likelihood of that was there's zero as far as everybody was concerned.
Welcome
To
back.
be fair, I mean, there was a good deal of chatter around Cardinal Prevost, now Papa Prevost, in the run-up to all of this. But of course, you're right. For a long time, the idea was you can never have an American Pope because you can't have a superpower Pope. But you know, the world has changed in the 21st
I've got
century.
headphones
America's no
in, so it
longer the
can't
world's
be me.
superpower, and these cardinals don't really care of that nationality anyway.
He also knows many of these bishops really well. Exactly, because he has worked here at the Office of Bishops. That is a vital point. He has pastoral experience in Peru, and he has worked here at the Vatican. That has surely been very decisive.
So the imagery of all those cardinals there, smiling and looking.
Well, I can see Cardinal World there.
Well, formerly the Archbishop of Washington, you've got to figure he's an excited man right now.
Oh, I think the American Cardinals must have been.
Just be
So he has a worldwide sort of point of view. As we said, he did a mission in Peru. He served as the head of the Vatican's very powerful dicastery for bishops under Francis for the past 2 years. What does that mean? What did he do?
Well, essentially, the dicastery for bishops is responsible for naming bishops all around the world. As I like to say, it is a great way to make friends in the Catholic Church.
So he has a lot of friends.
He already plays a big role here at the Vatican, no doubt, so he is well known. And I think, interestingly, too, he was a math major at Villanova, which is important if the Vatican's finances are in trouble. Oh, he has got quite a number of good things about him. He is also an Augustinian priest.
Which means?
Vatican finances in trouble? Better get a fucking American.
Oh, I am saving this. This is going to be one of my memes now.
And John and I were saying earlier,
Someone made a meme where it says tariffs are working so well that even the Pope is made in America.
Yes.
On the church. What do you mean?
Yeah, well, he's considered a man of great dialogue, a man of great openness, a man of great balance. And let me also say that at a personal level, he is just extremely affable. He is a very nice guy, very easy to like. We'll see that tonight.
Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost is the next Holy Father. Seth Doan is in the square with some Americans reacting to this news. Seth?
Let me tell you, Nora, we were all looking toward that balcony. The crowd, it's like everyone raised 2 feet as we were starting to hear. And then when we heard the name, people looked around and said, an American Pope, an American Pope. And I looked out of my corner of my eye and saw these 3 Americans saying, is it an American Pope? Oh, what are you thinking?
Never thought I would have seen the day that there would be an American Pope.
Yeah, especially now.
What do you mean?
Expecting this. I wasn't expecting
Especially now. Yeah, what did you mean by that, huh? What did you mean by that? What do you mean? We got Heil Hitler, Elon Musk's. He's not American. What did you mean by that, huh? That was suspicious.
Like, I left work early. I mean, don't tell my boss, but I did.
What does it mean to you as Americans to have an American Pope? What do you think it means? What do you hope it means?
I mean, it's great. I mean, we're feeling very patriotic. But it's so fresh. I mean, I just really hope that, like, this American Pope, he can, keep the train on the tracks rolling that Francesco did. The previous Pope, keep the church moving in the same direction. That's what I hope.
Francesco. Wasn't his name fucking Francis? Anyway.
I would, if I can summarize it, even there was a gentleman from Paraguay who was standing next to me, his mouth dropped, he said, an American Pope. That is the feeling here. Surprise, shock, excitement, hope. The mix of emotions continues as their space decreases, the emotions increase. Back to you.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. Pope Leo the 14th. That is the name. Is it the 14th or is it just Leo?
It is the 14th.
It is Leo the 14th. Let that sink in. What does that mean?
It's a wonderful name. The Pope Leo the 13th, and a new Pope always builds on a Pope whose name he takes.
Do we have
was a great reformer at the turn of the 20th century. He issued a very major encyclical, Rerum Novarum, on social justice. So what I think we are seeing here is a Pope who is continuing in the footsteps of Pope Francis, at the same time an American who can bring some order to the church's finances here, and a very affable, good man.
Let's go down to Tony DeCopel, who is in the square. Tony?
Nora, I am an American, Chicago-born. It's a famous line in American literature, a Saul Bellow novel. It could now apparently be the beginning of a memoir for the next Pope. That news, that an American-born Pope will soon appear on that balcony, has spread through this crowd with a mix of bewilderment, excitement, shock, joy. It has been a marvel to see. The phones were out, of course, in our modern age, to take in the moment of the announcement, this great joy, we have a Pope. Immediately afterward, the heads were down as people...
Pretty young for a fucking Pope, by the way.
Yep.
Like, the dude looks pretty fucking... like 20 years easy.
Google the name. Who is this person? Where did he come from? American, or is there something else? And of course, there is something else. I would characterize the condition of the crowd here at the moment as still processing, as I send it back to you.
Yes. All right, Tony, thank you so much. As we let this sink in, that Pope Leo the 14th, an American, Robert Prevost, Cardinal originally from Chicago, is now the Holy Father. The last thing we were expecting. United States, really? And it's actually happened. So to try to absorb that, let's bring in our panel here. John, what do we think?
All right. I don't need to hear from your fucking panel. We got our own fucking panel, all right? Hold on.
Pope Leo the 14th.
Well, he's an American, and that in itself is something that is shocking many people who never thought this would, be possible. The general thinking has long been that America has too much power in the world and should never have the papacy. But I think someone like Prevost, who has spent a third of his life in Peru and a third in Italy, isn't typically thought of as an American by his brother cardinals. They think of him as someone who knows the Vatican, he knows the world. And I think that's probably what gave him a lot of support in this conclave, because he's spent so much time outside of the United States and around the world. He's someone I know personally. He's someone who's deeply thoughtful, asks intelligent questions, but I think very much, comfortable in who he is. And I think he's a real intellect.
Oh, let me fucking pause that one.
Just elected, and it is Pope Leo XIV. He is the first American to be elected Pope. He is from Chicago. He went to Villanova University and is a fan of the Chicago Cubs. And as far as who he is and what he stands for, he's said to have been a close confidant of Francis. Pope Leo also reportedly supports allowing divorced and remarried Catholics to get communion. He's also been supportive of LGBT, but less so than Francis. Separately, he's also been critical of J.D. Vance and the Trump administration, with him sharing an article back in February titled "J.D. Vance is Wrong. Jesus Doesn't Ask us to rank our love for others." But also, very notably, since the Pope is from Chicago and...
Yeah, we already made that joke, thanks. You're not stealing mine. That was my joke. Go fuck yourself, okay, bud? And also, just to say, it's nice to see that we are off to a good start on the... Like, we're off to a great start with this run of as Pope. Like, we're doing good. The service is out. We're fucking running over horses. We're breaking protocol. We're coming out of the fucking glass. Fucking whatever the fuck this thing is here. Yeah, we're off to a great start. America, baby. Fucking it up. Fucking it up on day one. We're never beating the allegations now. This is what I meant by American superiority. Now we have the fucking Vatican. It's over. They said we can't let Trump be a fucking the Pope, alright? We need to pick an American because this is bullshit. We're not even entertaining this Trump Pope shit. Although that would be fucking hilarious.
That would be
That
funny.
would have been.
It would have been the
Trump-
greatest.
The greatest Pope ever. No other popes like me. History-making Pope. All the
Not
other
only
popes.
did I win 3 elections, I won election for Pope.
All we are doing is winning. Make the Vatican great again.
Oh, speaking of elections, you guys see the that story of the lesbian couple that pled guilty. One of them worked for USPS about the ballot harvesting, or not harvesting. They stuffed ballots, I guess, mail-in ballots.
What?
No.
No, bro,
Yeah.
get a
Oh, the
link
thing
to
that's
that.
never happened definitely happened. I love it.
Send a link. I want that. We'll play that right now. We'll play that in a second. We'll play that.
I thought
what
I
do you
sent the
call it?
link to that
Fucking-
before. Let me see if I can find it again.
You sent me a link right now to this this proof about God. So we'll go over it real quick. Hold on.
It's not proof about God. It just gives a very strong argument of the existence of a God.
You know what, dude?
And scientifically.
We're gonna have to skip. This is some bullshit. Whoever made this needed to keep dark mode in mind. Okay, this is some bullshit. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, it
Thanks
is.
for not.
It is something that's difficult to go through. So I wasn't talking about going over it right now. It was just something that
Oh,
came
well.
up as we were watching Pope video.
Listen, the proof of the existence of American Pope. Okay, that's all you need to know.
That's true. Yes.
So we got some more memes. I thought it was a joke, but a lot of everything that I think is a joke is becoming reality these days. So the new top prosecutor in DC, I don't know if you guys watch Fox News at all, is Judge Jeanine Pirro. That fucking Fox host. Hold on. Let me bring that shit up real quick here.
Nationwide. So remember, we brought you the news just yesterday that Trump pulled his original pick to be U.S. Surgeon General, replacing
And this
that
was an
name with
audible.
someone else. We brought you that news. And now the same is happening for this key and coveted role there in Washington, the U.S. Attorney for Washington, D.C. So live picture there. We now know that Trump has pulled that name, that original name, Ed Martin. He's pulling the nomination. And he is appointing on an interim basis someone that is probably very familiar to you. Fox News host Jeanine Pirro, Judge Jeanine. Here it is. Jim Lokay, our friend there at Fox 5 D.C., has it. Trump announcing he's nominating Fox News host.
It was because Judge Judy was too old.
Jeanine Pirro, U.S. Attorney for D.C., hours after Ed Martin's nomination was pulled. Trump saying this, if we could take it full. I'm pleased to announce that Judge Jeanine Pirro will be appointed interim U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia. Jeanine was Assistant District Attorney for Westchester County, New York, and then went on to serve as County Judge and District Attorney, where she was the first woman ever to be elected to those positions. Trump says during her time in office, Jeanine was a powerful crusader for victims of crime. Her establishment of the Domestic Violence Bureau in her prosecutor's office was the first in the nation. She excelled in all ways, Trump says. In addition to her legal career, Jeanine previously hosted her own Fox News show, Justice with Judge Jeanine, for 10 years, and is currently co-host of The Five, one of the highest rated shows on television. Trump says Jeanine is incredibly well qualified for this position and is considered one of the top district attorneys in the history of the state of New York. She is in a class by herself. Congratulations, Jeanine. And you see
Oh,
there,
yeah,
the New York
her?
Post
Yeah, I
also
like
has
her.
it. This was
She's
also
good.
commented on and remarked upon by special report host Brett Baer just last hour at the tail end of his show on the Fox News channel, to which he told Fox viewers that Pirro was appointed. Baer saying this, quote, she will be leaving Fox to take this position. We obviously wish her well. Back out live, though, to the White House. Well, what about Ed Martin? Why did the nomination get pulled? Well, Axios reporting this. Trump telling reporters Thursday morning in the Oval Office, quote, he wasn't getting the support. Trump saying, I'm very disappointed in that. Hopefully we can bring him into, whether it's DOJ or whatever, in some capacity. Now, Axios reporting the final blow for Ed Martin's nomination came from Senator Tom Tillis, the Republican of North Carolina. Tillis saying this, I have no tolerance for anybody who entered the building on January 6th. Now, Axios describes Martin as a fire-breathing conservative podcaster. He was already on thin ice with the Senate Judiciary Committee for failing to originally disclose appearances on Russian state media. So Martin served as Trump's attack dog during a controversial interim appointment. Remember, he demoted prosecutors who worked on January 6 cases, pursued critics of Elon Musk's Doge, and even threatened Wikipedia over what he called biased, quote-unquote, propaganda. Ed Martin's nomination to be the next U.S. Attorney for the District of Columbia pulled, and now acting on an interim basis will be, now I guess, former Fox host Judge Jeanine Pirro. So, wanted to get...
That's fucking. We live in a crazy.
Statement, which was how horrible it is, that Donald Trump is talking about
that's what
all
you,
of these
I'm
people.
sorry,
You know
Jamie,
what I
that's
think
what you
is
said.
horrible?
You said,
Whoopi, you know
you
what's
said
horrible?
that
When
it
people
was,
who
it's
shouldn't
okay.
be here end up murdering the children of American citizens.
You know what's
Oh
horrible?
God, these dumb bitches.
You know what's horrible? When
Meet Judge Jeanine.
with some people to beat the hell out of people. Say goodbye.
I need to find. I'm gonna find a fucking a best a fucking eclipse of this. Cause I remember what like my dad used to be like a super everyday Fox News guy.
My parents
swore
are
off of
Super
it.
Fox.
He swore off of it when Newsmax came around. So I've gotten a good earful of Jeanine before. Some of it has been fucking unhinged. You know what I'm saying? Like super fucking unhinged. So top prosecutor, basically don't get arrested in DC.
I was about to say, what do you mean unhinged? But if you mean like when it comes to how she handles prosecution, yeah.
Yeah, well, even then, bro, on her show, she was fucking unhinged. I'm gonna find. Give me a couple of I'm gonna find like a good
I sent the article
good, like,
in the chat, by the way.
a good best hits. Holy shit! What is this? Let me see if I can find a video of it before I go fucking reading an article. All right. Yep, there's the video. Fucking course there is. Fucking course there is. Hold up, bro.
Stealing and altering Mason County ballots during November's presidential elections appeared in court today. Arbella Demosthenes was there and has the latest developments.
64-year-old Vicki Lynn Stewart pled guilty to identity theft and forgery. 2 counts out of a total of 34.
Her sentencing for these crimes will take place June 25th. This all started in October of 2024.
Bro, is this fucking? Is this news state? Is this like?
Hold on.
Is this news station fucking school ran?
I don't know, but hold on. Someone just joined my Kick chat because I'm restreaming us, right? Someone just joined my Kick chat. And their username Hassan is a stupid dumbass.
Yes. We co-signed that agreement.
Yes, we do. Welcome.
Her ballot verification process about some suspicious activity.
And so those ballots were detected during our signature verification process. So if the signature is rejected, the voter is notified saying that the signature doesn't match and they need to cure their signature in order for us to count the ballot. And that's initially where it started, is we had rejected the ballots, the voter came in, let us know that they didn't vote. And so after that, we started looking at things. We immediately turned it over to the district attorney's office for investigation.
Stewart was an employee of the United States Postal Service and allegedly drove the route in which several ballots were forged.
Our election judges take it seriously. We make sure that your vote is counted and is counted correctly. And we want to make sure that we protect your right to vote.
Stewart and Sally Jane Madison are suspected to have stolen nearly 30 ballots, something not sitting right with community members and county officials.
I think that they need to be held accountable for their actions and trying to take a voice away from voters, and also to interfere with an election.
Maxton, the other woman allegedly involved, will appear in court May 8th at 9 a.m. for a review hearing. Reporting in Grand Junction, I'm Bella DeVos.
Hey, did you hear any details about the ballots? Like, we know, okay, we know that there was 30 ballots stolen. Whose ballots? Who were the ballots for? Was that who was the stealing in favor for? How come we never get that information? Huh? Fuck, that would be helpful.
Yeah, they never tell us that.
Never tell us the good shit. 30 ballots were stolen. Yeah, but okay, well, whose side? Whose side stole it?
Oh, jeez, I am not repeating that. I need to set up a way to relay the messages that my chat is go to the podcast.
If you, well, shit, it won't show up because they're not integrated with Kick yet. But
I can
if
put
you
it through
use
my
the-
camera, basically. Or,
Yeah, there you go.
I can put it on my scene.
There you go.
But
If you get
he had some words to say about Hassan.
all right, let me know when you bring it up, and I'm gonna bring up the next fucking thing. Next thing's funny. Charles is gonna love this. Bro,
Oh, you
all
want me
of
to
this,
bring it up? Okay, give me a...
all of this next clip is meant for Charles.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Like, everything about this clip you're gonna love.
Oh, I can't wait.
It's got all of your favorite people.
Add a copy of as a source. Yes.
Oh, you gotta make it more clear. Bring it up.
I see Slender. There you go. Okay. Uh-huh.
Only thing Hassan is actually good at is sucking off the Twitch CEO's
Oh, yeah, baby.
smegma-covered raisin dick. After the 10-second suck fest, he rewards Hassan with a can of Chef Boyardee ravioli, dinosaur-shaped chicken nuggets, and a Twitch unban for constantly breaking TOS. Yeah, but definitely would be helpful. Yeah, goated. Go.
That is
Awesome.
great.
I'm glad I got to read that. All right, Charles. This is it, bro. This is your favorite. This is gonna be an orgasm of all your favorite things. Hold on. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Right on the money.
I know what's happening here.
Happened since Joe Biden was last at this table in September. We have so much to talk to him about right now. So we're not going to fool around. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back the 46th President of the United States, Joe Biden.
Oh, no!
Holy shit! He didn't fall on his face when he came out.
Oh wait, I saw part of this earlier.
Is this running at 2 FPS because it's Biden?
Probably. Oh my god, that face. Jeez.
Here we go, baby.
Oh.
Imagine that as your sleep paralysis, Steven. Holy. This was running the country.
Yeah, right. No, he wasn't really running the country, remember?
I'm actually interviewing for a job as a cameraman, but...
Oh, fuck me.
We are beyond happy to have you here today for a lot of different reasons. But my question is...
Oh, he's already fallen asleep.
How are you?
I'm well. The family's well, thank God. Things are moving along, and we're getting squared away, trying to figure out what the most significant and consequential role I can play consistent with what I've done in the past. I'm writing another book.
Good.
Like 6,000
No, you're not.
Fuck, you can't. You don't sign your own fucking executive orders. You're writing a book. Shut your ass up.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, jeez.
I gotta write a presidential memoir.
He has to, though. He needs to make more money.
Bro, you don't
He's
even
not going to make
have
money
last week
anymore.
when you made memoir.
Look at that. At least we know it's not age specific. He's just fucking weird with everybody, bro. Like,
Bro, by
always
the way,
over here,
before
like-
you go on, Trump said the funniest line the other day, and he said Biden was the worst thing that happened to old people. And I was fucking crying.
What the hell?
He said, and I repeat again, Biden is
God
the worst
damn.
thing to happen to old people.
Damn, dude.
And he went on to say, like, oh, because if you look at Bernie, he's crazy, but he's coherent.
I mean, that is true.
Biden, the worst thing to happen to old people.
Oh boy.
But they told me they had to do it within a year. No one's ever done one in a year. Will you help me
No,
out?
that's a long time. It's too short. It's too short.
Joy
No.
could be your ghostwriter. She'd add a little color to it all. But Mr. President, last time you were here was a little over a month before the election, and you had made the selfless and very difficult decision, I'm sure, to step aside. And Democrats were feeling optimistic about the vice president's chances of winning the presidency. But then election night came, and it was like 2016 all over again. So why do you think the vice president lost, and were you surprised?
Oh shit, my bad. Hold on.
I wasn't surprised, not because I didn't think the vice president was a qualified person to be president. She is. She's qualified.
Oh man, this is already gonna be bad. Oh, he set. This is revving the fucking engine to the bus. Okay, he's revving it. He's revving it.
President of the United States of America. But I was surprised. I wasn't surprised because they went the route of the sexist route, the whole route. I mean, this is
right over that body.
a woman. She's this, she's that. I mean, it really. I've never seen quite as successful and a consistent campaign undercutting the notion that a woman couldn't lead the country and a woman of mixed race. And they played that to a fairly well. In addition to that, one of the things happened, if you notice, and I'm going to be shorter, okay, I promise.
Jesus, for the love of God, because you know, commercials, dude.
Don't be Joe Biden, be short.
I said that to him.
Anyway, make a long story short, all kidding aside, think about it. Liberal democracies all across America, all across the world lost last time. All across America. I think we underestimate the phenomenal negative impact that COVID had and the pandemic had on people, on attitudes, on optimism, on a whole range of things. So I was very disappointed, and but I wasn't surprised. And the only thing that surprised me is the excess to which they've gone in some of the attacks they've made.
Yeah. Well, when was the last time you spoke with the vice president, and has she talked to you about what she wants to do next? Sought any advice? maybe governor?
Yesterday, I talk to her frequently. We stay in touch, number one. Number two, she's sought my opinion. I'm not going to tell you what it is. She's making
What to wear to the Met Gala.
That's exactly right. No, but all kidding aside, she's got a difficult decision to make about what she's going to do. I hope she stays fully engaged. I think she's first rate. But we have a lot of really good candidates as well. So I'm optimistic. I'm not pessimistic.
Well, Mr. President, you had previously said that you thought that you would have won. Since then, Donald Trump won all the battleground states and made inroads with almost every major demographic, from working class voters to Hispanic men to black men. Knowing what you know now, do you think you would have beat him?
Yeah, he still got 7 million fewer votes.
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people didn't show up.
For 2025, you mean?
Son of a bitch, bro.
Number one.
It's starting to really think that shit was really rigged, bro.
Number one. Number two.
Super rigged. Super rigged.
They're very close in those toss-up states. It was.
I just think everything in life is pretty much rigged.
And look, every time I've been on the show, which I've been fortunate to be on more than once, and thanks for having me, is that we talk.
I'm surprised you remember.
You guys don't focus on as much, and I think it's good.
That's
on
true.
polling
Yeah,
numbers.
that is
But,
true.
Let me put it this way: he's had the worst 100 days any president's ever had.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah.
And I would not say honesty's been a strong point.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mr. President, some have even argued that leaving the race and endorsing your Vice President Harris, over 100 days before the election hampered her campaign.
Well,
what do you say to those critics?
I say, number one, that there were still 6 full months. She was in every aspect, every decision I made.
And here we go. Now we're putting the bus in reverse.
Every decision we made. And I don't think, I hope I didn't sound the wrong way. I don't think anybody thought we'd be successful as we were. I don't think anybody thought we'd pass the Recovery Act. I don't think anybody thought we'd deal with the CHIPS and Science Act. I don't think anybody think we'd have all we got done in a close race. Think about it.
Yeah.
We got more major legislation passed to fundamentally change the direction of the country than any president has in a long, long time.
Decades.
And so we're in a situation where we came to office and we agreed on 2 things. One, I was sick and tired of trickle-down economics. And my dad used to say, not a whole lot trickle down at his kitchen table. And so I built this.
It's nice to know that he said that line so long for like 30, 40 years that he can remember it. That's like probably the one and only line he can remember.
The economy from the middle out and the bottom up. The strongest economy in the world when we left. That's not hyperbole. That's a fact. We created more jobs.
Strongest economy for who, Biden? For who, Biden?
I mean, so my point is that we had a very successful effort to change the direction of the country, and we did. And she was every single part of that. She wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like she was a bias. And look,
including the border, Biden.
No, I was the vice president once.
I mean, I guess you could say
every single part of
in
that.
some ways they were successful in changing the country.
Yeah, they were.
We changed some things.
It wasn't like she was a bias. And look, what I realized is,
Was that your brain resetting? Hold on.
She wasn't. I mean, it wasn't like she was a bias. And look, what I realized.
Yeah, that's a brain reset, for sure. Like he was on. Here we go. One sentence.
I mean, it wasn't like she was a bias. And look, what I realized is,
Reset. Like
Yeah,
now he's like
wow.
somewhere else. Holy shit.
I was the vice president once, and it's a really you are an integral part. I was with Barack. He was a great president, But you know, I just think that it it was a very tough year.
Bro, he just started 7 fucking thoughts. Like, kind of barely finished one of them.
Across the board. But look what's happened in the meantime.
Yeah. Well, let me just follow up with this, because when the vice president was here, I asked her if she would have done something differently than your administration over the past 4 years. And because of all the successes that your administration had, I think her response was, there is not a thing that comes to mind. Now, that answer was weaponized against her, and there has been some reporting that you encouraged her for there to be no daylight between the two of you. First, is that true? And do you think in retrospect that she should have tried to differentiate all the wins that your administration had?
Well, look, first of all, I did not advise her to say that, number one. As I said, I was vice president. I understand the role, number one. Number two, I think she was talking about wouldn't have changed the successes we've had. Not opposed to that we wouldn't change anything at all. She has to be her own person. And she was. She was. And so I think that that was used in a way that is contrary to what she meant by when she said that.
So then he's saying that everything that she did of her own accord. Okay.
She was part of every success we had. We'd argue like hell, by the way. No, that's good. Yeah. We'd sit and say, well, what about this provision? No, Joe, I don't like that. Well, anyway.
Hold on, wait. Look, you were made our dances. I was like, he ain't grabbing me again, motherfucker.
That's funny.
Joe, I don't like that. Well, anyway, we worked it out. It was a mutual thing. But like I said, I'll lay you 8-5 if when that election started, I told you we were going to get any of that done. None of you would have thought that. Yeah. Not because negative. I mean, it was anyway. As I say.
Fuck my life! He did it again. We had 2 brain resets before.
He's on some. He's must be on some good meds though, because it seems like his cognitive is there, and then all of a sudden just goes flatline second off the back.
And so that we've done pretty good.
Yeah, right there, dude. That is it. That was the president of the United States.
I need to take a screenshot of that.
I am. You best fucking believe it.
Hold on. Wait.
This is going right in the U-Bowl fucking chat. Oh, fuck me, dude.
That's a memeable face right there.
That's we're getting ice cream. I've walked out of fucking parties looking like that, but I had a lot of drinks first. Oh shit!
Drinks,
This is the.
There you go.
I thought we were going to say other things, but yes, drinks.
Oh man.
Beautiful. This is great. Holy shit. Oh my god. All right, cool. I'm glad that we got to do that. I saw some of that and I'm like, no, I need to finish this on U-Poll. Meanwhile, while the View was over in CTE world, we were actually getting shit done today. Back to some this show's had some memes. Now we're gonna actually get to some like important shit.
This morning, President Trump announcing a trade deal with the United States and the UK. That's one of your top DC Daily headlines for May the 8th. This morning, President Trump confirming on social media the United States and the UK will announce a major trade deal he describes as, quote, full and comprehensive. It is the first trade deal since the president's tariffs rolled out last month. No details yet, but the president's announcement coming this morning at 9 a.m. Houston time.
Oh, look at you, poor UK. The first to
tariffs on
cave.
China ahead of this weekend's trade talks. The president also denying reports that the U.S. requested this weekend's meetings with China. He says in order for the United States to drop or lower its 145% tariff on Chinese imports,
My bad.
China needs to help stop the flow of fentanyl coming into the United States. House Republicans may have a tougher time passing President Trump's budget bill with pushback from some of his own party. The Nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office, or the CBO, found that millions of Americans could lose Medicaid coverage because of proposed cuts in the budget.
Hold up. Listen. You know what?
Now, House
Actually,
Speaker
finish
Johnson
that.
had hoped to get the measure passed and moved
Finish
over to the
that.
Senate by Memorial Day, but that looks to be unlikely.
All right, cool. We're getting back to it.
The deal includes billions of dollars of increased market access for American exports, especially in agriculture.
This is a really fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries.
Keir, thank you very much.
Thanks, Donald. We'll speak again soon.
Very good. So long. Bye.
No, you put the phone down.
In the cup chair.
No, you put the phone down. The special relationship, Kamal, is alive and well in the Oval
I don't know about
Office
you
with that
guys, but
extraordinary press conference
anybody else find
with
it funny
Donald
that you can
in the
like
hot
kind of
seat.
clearly tell when somebody's British?
You're being a dick. Yes.
Keir Starmer phoning in from the
Phoning
UK
in?
because a trade deal between the US
Like I don't
and
even
the
need to hear
UK
them
has
speak.
finally
It's just
been
when they
signed.
showed the
Well,
pic,
Camilla,
the
one of
you know
more
the
bizarre
show them on
diplomatic
screen
The
and everything.
teeth?
It's like
moments we will
you don't even need to see the teeth.
experience, but yes,
You can
it
just
does
tell by the
look like
way they
there
look on
have
their
been some
face.
significant cuts in the tariffs that UK goods face getting into the US, particularly around cars, and for the US, better access to the UK, including agricultural products, which include beef and have been controversial because of food standard issues.
Yes, we'll try and dissect whether that can be hormone injected.
Oh, yes.
Welcome to the Daily Tip.
Yes.
Kamala.
We're gonna make UK fat.
So, Kamal, we're in the Daily studio. We've just watched that press conference between
Yeah, it's now 4:15.
the President
He's
and
a
the
little
Prime
late.
Minister. He's a little late to the party, and now everything's been delayed on the Starmer side, but we're just going to cover what we know so far.
Let's just paint a picture first for
Yes.
everybody, because he was in the Oval Office. He was sitting at the presidential desk. To one side of him, his right, was J.D. Vance.
Yes.
To the other side of him was Peter Mandelson, the UK ambassador,
What a
New
f-
Labour.
What a fucking name. Peter Mandelson. There's no fucking way that's a real name, dude.
Guru.
It's like Britpop all over again, isn't it?
And Donald Trump then gives this very broad brush speech or announcement around trade where he says all of our beautiful products from America will be allowed to get into the UK. Not quite right, but he gives this broad brush approach. He talks about beef, and ethanol. Not sure, let's get into the detail of ethanol, I'm not quite sure how much of that comes in. And then on the other side, he talks about the fact that they're very damaging for the UK car industry. We do £9 billion of trade in cars and car parts with the US every year. Donald Trump had already announced at the start of his presidency a 25% tax on those products from the UK, as well as many, many other countries. That appears to have now been cut to 10% for a quota of 100,000 cars. So not 10% for everything,
No.
but 10% until we hit that 100,000 car quota.
And for 12 months initially.
Initially.
So the same with opening up our markets to beef,
That's
US
right.
beef.
We haven't yet had a deal on the 10% blanket tariff, which of course, as we've reminded all of you wonderful people, our audience, is the same as Afghanistan and the Taliban government. So that 10% blanket tariff remains. So overall, there will still be higher tariffs than before Donald Trump got to the White House. The US win appears to be this more access for agricultural products into the UK, and also Donald Trump announced that there would be a $10 billion deal for Boeing planes being sold into the UK. One must assume that's going to be with British Airways or Virgin, one of the big carriers, EasyJet.
Saving Boeing's ass.
Possibly. And reciprocal to that, Rolls-Royce will be able, Rolls-Royce engines, not the car maker, Rolls-Royce will be able to import aeroplane engines into the US tariff-free. Interesting, wasn't it, that Keir Starmer gave that really weird telephone conversation dialed in, not quite on Zoom, but on a chat dial, doing it from a car plant in the Midlands.
So let's first of all listen to the president, or as Keir kept on calling him, as we're all on first name terms right now, Donald.
Well, no, Donald kept calling him Mr. Prime Minister,
Yes.
and Keir kept calling him Donald.
It sounded
So-
odd to hear Keir call him Donald so frequently, but let's just have a listen to how the US president spoke very lovingly, actually, about this special relationship.
This is now turning out, I think, really to be a great deal for both countries because it'll be really great for the UK also. So they're opening up the country. Their country is a little closed, and we appreciate that. They'll also be fast-tracking American goods through their customs process, so our exports go to a very, very quick form of approval, and there won't be any red tape. Things are going to move very quickly both ways. Once
What does that say, bro?
again, I want to thank
Hold
Prime
on.
Minister.
That fucking document he's reading, he's got like a whole sentence that is just like fucking 17, 18 font and shit.
Mr. Starmer has been terrific for his partnership in this matter, the special relationship and external bond. It's really an external and an internal bond between our two countries will soon be stronger than ever before. We really do. We have a great relationship. I want to just say that the representatives of UK have been so professional, and it's been an honor doing business with all of them, and in particular the Prime Minister. And
Then we had, as you say, Kamal, Keir Starmer's reply from a car plant somewhere. Was it in the Midlands?
I think it was in Solihull, yeah.
Solihull.
Yeah.
This is a really fantastic, historic day in which we can announce this deal between our two great countries, and I think it's a real tribute to the history that we have of working so closely together. Can I pay tribute, Donald, to your negotiating team as well, particularly Howard and Jameson, who've done an incredible job, a very professional job, and my team as well. Two negotiating teams have worked at pace now for a number of weeks to bring in this deal today. Really important deal. This is going to boost trade between and across our countries. It's going to not only protect jobs but create jobs, opening market access. You may
All right, now, Canada, it's your turn. It's time to bend over.
Bend the knee.
Yep. Canada, China, everyone else needs to get back in line. Bend over for your spanking.
And we're fucking taxing the penguins, okay? Fuck them. Fuck the penguins, okay? They've had it too good for too long. Just
I don't know
living
why-
out here.
Why did penguins have tariffs set up in the first place?
I don't know. That's a great question. What are penguins selling? What even is in penguin land?
The reason is because then places like China can send their stuff and ship it out from the penguin land.
Right.
And bypass. It's just like Aslan says, it's a game exploit. So he's just patching that out.
Ah. Makes sense.
They're patching out penguin land, huh? I never liked snow levels anyway, so it's fine. Oh yeah. This is kind of quick. We finally got the House to pass. I don't even need to play that. The House passed a bill to make the Gulf of America name change permanent, which means changing all the textbooks, changing all the maps, like making it federally required to do so. So, House passed that. And then this one kind of upsets me a little bit. This is the one that like people would be like, really, what? NOAA, which is the extreme weather people, the guys located in Miami that track all the hurricanes. They're ending their database that tracks costs for natural disasters. They blame dog cuts for that.
Like, of course.
There are more
I don't
appropriate
get how-
department taking that over.
Well, I mean, they could just automate that. I mean, there's so many systems out there that already record that type of data. They don't necessarily need somebody going, oh, okay, let me take the information that's in this system and manually type it.
You got it.
It's just political. You know, they're butthurt because they lost money and everything, and now they're really like, oh well, this is why you guys are losing because of our budget cuts. When they could have easily made it some automated process just to get fed from other systems.
But they're throwing it out altogether.
Yep.
Breaking news: a federal judge has ruled that Trump unlawfully invoked the Alien
Oh
Enemies.
no, wait, what the fuck? Excuse me.
Ending
Fucking
an extreme
rogue
weather
judge.
database that has tracked the cost of natural disasters since 1980. NOAA, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, says the data already in the system will be archived, but no longer updated beyond 2024. NOAA recently announced it's ending other services due in large part to cuts to the workforce.
It was like, okay, so of the 5,000 other information sources out there, there's now 4,999.
Right.
Listen. I still like to have databases, okay? But if they're backing it up, I don't mind it too bad. It's throwing away the information altogether. I don't like.
True.
I agree with that.
You know? And my big question now is, are we going to record it going forward still? Like, is it just going to be recorded on a cloud or a different, like, how does that work? Because hurricanes aren't just going to be like, oh, fuck, the database is done, and we're just going to stop fucking your shit up. Like, my bad. Sorry. I'm getting into the whole... Oh, we're getting towards the fucking end. I know, because the Pro Pallies thing happened again. So we had another fucking... I don't know what it is these days. I don't know who said it in our chat earlier, but being a terrorist is like fucking in right now, man. Like in.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, fun fact about this. There were like 80 people, 80 of them were arrested. 61 of them were women.
Holy shit. They charged somebody from this rally with a hate crime too, because they kept repeatedly going to rallies like this and beating up Jewish people.
Yep.
So let them into the library and then block their doors and ID'd everybody on the way out. And if you refuse to show your ID, you got arrested.
And none of them fucking showed their ID, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, so I think this is the second time this has happened at Columbia. I think that if I'm not mistaken, this is where the other guy came from, the one that we deported but didn't.
I think so.
But just saying, this isn't going to get Israel to not turn your shit into a parking lot. This is what I don't understand. Like, people are very, very convinced that this is going to change Israel's stances on things, which it's not.
What I don't understand is the people that would be most oppressed in Palestine are the ones that keep advocating for Palestine. It's almost like they've never even looked up Palestine. I just never understood why the people that would be most oppressed there would...
These people couldn't point Palestine up on a map, bro. They couldn't.
Fox, I'm Andrew Kraft. Gotta keep an eye on this shot here that we have.
But then it's a question of where are they getting these ideas from?
Student protests that transpired last spring.
Do you want me to answer that question?
I know some of it could be their teachers. And by the way, you know, speaking of those teachers,
They're
in
getting it from
schools,
other retards on Reddit.
They're getting it from a guy.
There has to be, yeah. I mean,
On
they have a lot of people
Twitch.
on Reddit and shit. Oh right, Hassan.
They're getting it from a guy on Twitch.
Oh right, yeah, they're getting it from Hassan. Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And if it ain't Hassan, it's one of the other fucking 100,000 fucking terrorists on that platform
But the
now.
school thing is a double-edged sword. We need to do only homeschooling until otherwise noted that we have a, trustworthy school, because public schools, as we have seen, are shit. But then on the opposite end of the coin, private schools are mostly owned by China.
Oh my lord. So Suggs, now that I have you here.
For like
When
2
you
minutes,
just-
because I have to get going.
Oh well then fuck, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for Carmelo Anthony.
Okay,
'Cause I
yeah,
want
we'll
you
do
ready
that.
for that one. Carmelo will wait for, but since you're gonna go in 2 minutes, you can go in this one. What me and Charles will finish it up, and Keith. It's the thing that I was watching earlier. I wanted to make this the last thing that we watched because it was long. By the way, slow news week cycle. Just saying.
A little slow, yes.
Which I think this is the first week that we can say that in the whole fucking presidency. it's been a wild fucking ride, okay? Like,
But there's still stuff that we haven't touched on yet, so we might have to, do a little bit of a past touch on some of our stuff until we get some more juicy stuff.
where is it? Okay, here it is. Yeah. This was a few days ago, but
News special from
Anyway,
which
you guys take care.
contextually, this was all right, bro. This was before the trade deal.
Office after you were reelected. Right. Going through your mind. Triumphant when you walk back?
Yes, there's a feeling of triumph.
And I'd like to thank you all.
on his
Let me
100th
go
day
ahead.
in office from the #1 issue, the economy.
People are worried, even some people who voted for you saying, I didn't sign up for this. So how do you answer those concerns?
Well, they did sign up for it, actually.
To immigration.
Base.
It is an undeniable fact.
You fucking
that
right.
crossings at the
Thank you all. I put the link in the chat if you want to go and enjoy the rest of the show or ask any questions, anything like that. I hope you all take care. Have a great rest of your time.